Recording, right? No, I'm not sure I've sent you any recording lately. I will send you the other recording. Okay, so last time we were just looking at an overview of what SAP was all about. We were going to look at just continue, then we'll wrap this up and go into the system and start the process. Okay, so career in SAP, of course. SAP, there are different fields. We have, sorry, we have the ABAP application developers, we have functional consultants, we have the technical architects. So you see now there are a lot of roles in SAP.
Can you go back to the roles, please? So who makes the most money out of this?
Can't do without
out of all these careers.
You can't do without anyone actually.
Oh, what do you mean? You can't do without. I mean, which of the roles makes the most money?
As an architect.
Oh, solutions
like
architect.
Okay. Yeah, you design the system. If it's not up to standard, you can. Those are the organs. They are the experts in SAP. But you have to do certification for it.
Okay. The career, do you have that? Do you have that on your horizon?
Yeah, after associate, there are so many. You can keep climbing. There's architect, there's solution this, solution that.
What about I can't talk this morning. What about PM, project manager, SAP project manager?
Yeah, it's part of this. It's not
part of what?
It's part of the career.
I know they make some big money now.
Project managers are those that manage the project that coordinates the project anyway. Project manager will report to a solution architect. The solution architect will report to an expert. Different levels.
So you say you can look for these opportunities. Okay.
Yeah, you grow. As you stay in SAP, the longer you spend. And
you don't have Deloitte on this. Oh, you have Deloitte. Okay.
They pay well.
Yesterday, my sister was telling me I should go and find work at the proper company. She said,
but those things also have a way of pushing you, Sha. Like if you get those big fours, you should know big fours by now.
Oh, the big four.
Although they don't pay well, but I've seen that they attract.
You don't have the top big four on your list.
Yeah, we have two there now.
You have one, two. Oh, you have two.
We have two.
You're missing two more.
I don't think. Okay, EY does. These big fours. It's just recently they started SAP actually. They were just doing normal solution for businesses, but it was just recently started getting projects for SAP. But I think Deloitte has gotten. I think it's Deloitte and EY that even much in the SAP business. I'm not sure of KPM. But all of them, Sha, I mean, they are open.
Well, you don't have PwC on. You don't have PwC on.
I'm not sure PwC is into SAP yet.
Oh, they are. My brother-in-law works for PwC. Yeah.
I mean, in Nigeria, Sha. No, I'm not saying.
Oh, okay. This is Nigeria. Okay, I don't know.
Definitely, all of them have would jump at it.
Okay.
Everybody find money now, but they don't really have the. When they get these projects, they try to gather a team. It's not like they have a standby team there that will be doing implementation. Can't pay them now. Keep them. Okay, so these are just few, but the top in this, the number one in the world is Accenture.
Really?
Yes, Accenture is the number one SAP solutions company in the world.
Accenture, really?
Yes. Tata and Cognizant are also trying. They're also pulling with.
What about Infosys? You don't have Infosys on there.
Yeah, Infosys, yeah, but Essential is like, in fact, the project I'm working on self in Nigeria, they're managing it. The project
Oh, you're talking about in the world or Nigeria?
in the world, actually.
Really? Do they do trainings? Like, do they have
Yes,
like?
now. Yes, now.
My sister was telling me yesterday because she actually works for Wipro, and
Okay,
she
yeah, we
also
go
has a
to
job from Deloitte that she's waiting for. So anyway, so she was telling me yesterday. She said, "I better go and get a job. Go and get a job in a proper company, an SAP job." She said because all these, like she said, Deloitte, Wipro, they do training. Like they train you, they invest in not just the SAP courses, they actually train their employees. They have their own in-house SAP training.
Yeah.
So they invest in you, you know,
Yeah, they do. They
which
do.
is awesome. Yeah.
They do. And they restrict you to a certain, they make sure that that responsibility they give you, you know how to do it very well. Because they have a lot of clients around the world. So
Yeah.
imagine Essential doing a project in Nigeria. Essential, Wipro, Cognizant, these are brands, these are world. If you go to LinkedIn, they're always recruiting, even Wipro. But most
Yeah,
of
Wipro is everywhere.
so
Wipro.
most of
Yeah, but
them
Wipro is disorganized though. That's where my
yeah,
sister is now. Wipro, right? Yeah. She said it's disorganized. So basically, once you get in, even after you, anyway, even after you get hired, she had to do like 3 or 4. Actually, she's done about 3 or 4 interviews with end clients. So even after they vet you, you go through the interview process, you get hired, you still have to be re-vetted by the end client.
yeah.
And
Well, it's normal everywhere. Well, how
oh,
did I
is that
get?
how they do it?
Yes,
Oh my
now.
goodness. They didn't do it with my
How did
current
I get?
company.
How did I get the international rules? After an SAP partner contacted me, the owners of the project did the interview.
Oh my gosh.
So when the end users do interview, they will not select the person they want and
Oh,
get
so you
back to
keep, so
you.
she's done like 4 interviews and they haven't selected her. So she's worried that they
Yeah,
may have to.
yeah.
I'm like, that's not cool. After
No,
you
what she
stay.
has to do is to go for her. She should arrange for a personal training. That's just how this thing goes.
Oh, personal training, how?
Yes, like what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
She should get someone that will train her on that area on SAP she wants to do, like end to end. You understand?
Yeah.
Like they teach you the basics so that when you for example, the interview I had with Essential, it was tough. Like it was really me, I confess, say yes. At the end of the day, I was selected because outside just doing SAP, I've been able to understand the process from the end to the other side. So questions are coming. I'm also practicing it, so it's easier. You can find your way. But if you have not had a really basic training, like a structured training, take time and pass through. Me, I spent a year learning SAP before I even started applying.
We all went for trainings. We went for I mean, we
How
didn't have
long was
like
the
the.
training?
Good question.
That's a question.
Have I told you how long it was? Anyway, we went for training. It wasn't long, I won't lie. But the guy actually gave us like basically basic intro, I would say.
It's not
End to
basic.
end.
It's not basic. What you
So,
need is
so I'm like, at
anything.
least you got in, but they kept 3 or 4 interviews now. She has not gotten a project and she's worried that they may just kick her out. That's why she's she has kind of 2 anyway.
What area is she trying to?
She's an accountant like me, so it's FICO. It's
Yeah, let she
FICO.
join you in the training now.
Oh, my training.
You should.
That's a different. When they even heard I got a trainer from Nigeria, everybody was shouting.
Yeah,
I'm like, we don't even trust our own people. Okay. Oh. Some people from my class, I told them I got a trainer from Nigeria. They're like, be careful, oh, this and that, oh. So whatever. That's just the way it is.
Maybe then they carry all of us from here. They go there. That's the truth now. It's normal.
But I may be able to persuade her, with time.
Right, she should get when she learns it very well and she takes her time to do it herself.
Yes.
I mean, it's just knowledge gap. What is happening to her is knowledge gap.
Knowledge gap. So she keeps having interviews at the end client and they're not picking her.
Imagine her having
Wipro.
Imagine if I joined
her now. Wipro employed her. She did interview to get into the company now.
But you know, when it comes to client, like I told you now, Serve is like Wipro in Nigeria, right? They reached me through LinkedIn. We had a chat. They said, okay, join our team. However, Accenture had to do their own in-house interview out of the pool of consultants that were like 6 or 5 or so that attended that interview. Do you understand? Hello?
I'm listening.
So it's not only you. It's not only you.
Oh,
the fact that we employed is not only you.
Yes.
We have
it's like a fight.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we were like 6. So for them to select you means that you understand your roots. If not, the other person will take that. Definitely Wipro will give them clients, but if it's not you, that means you have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you're not up to par yet.
Not just the other person. So, but Wipro will just carry as a pool. Okay, we have consultants. Okay,
all these people, and they say they kick them out after 90 days if they don't get the project.
They'll give you opportunity to get
interview as much as possible.
They'll give you access to that. But
she's just now, I mean, she's been there for almost 2 months now, so her time is running out. But she said, I'm like, but you're getting paid there, yes, but the pay is coming with fair because I'm counting the days.
Yeah.
So, but they pay you, which I think it's interesting that they have that strategy, that you're just there doing nothing. At least I would think maybe you can do an in-house project in the meantime.
See, that 2 months
doesn't do any work, but
that 2 months of non-pay, that's the money you're supposed to use and invest in yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the money you're supposed to just use and be chopping and enjoying.
That's a good point. She actually told me that that's what she's doing now. She said she did a training on S4. They have like in-house small training on S4, some little training like that. So she wants to try to get, up to par. But yes, you're right. Yeah. So, but we're telling her, you get it 2 months of, so far 2 months of, she said, yeah, but I'm counting down 30 more days and I'll be, I'll probably be booted out. Oh God, we'll see how it goes.
Won't keep paying you. Okay, so remember we're still in ECC. When we go to S4HANA, some of these concepts will change.
Okay, now I have my
depending on the clients that you meet. For example, I know ECC, I know S4HANA. So the projects, my last 2 projects are in S4HANA, even in GS S4HANA. But before then, we had clients for ECC. So it could be on any, let's say, a gig on any of these modules because they are still very much in use. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. Okay, so the three-tier architecture, just to understand the structure behind, which is Aruti, like I've explained. For the structure, we have the database layer, we have the application layer, and we have the user interface. When you see an SAP system, these 3 structures actually in place. So let's see what the structure is all about. To understand this as a consultant, it will aid your, it will make you, I mean, when you see an SAP system, you can really communicate with whoever you need to communicate with. So we have talked about these 3 layers. These 3 layers are different from the prod, pass, and development, right? This is just how SAP carries out the operations. So we have the presentation layer. This is what you see when you log into an SAP system. This is what you see when you log into an SAP system. It's for end users. We have the application layer. Software program that specialize in processing business applications from the application layer. So this is like the layer that processes the instruction that the end user gives. Right? So this is more like the server. This is more like of the server. Server is where server is the last layer, the database layer. This is like the brain. These are the programs. These are like the ABAP programs that when you come to the presentation layer and enter FB60, right? The application layer will process that information, and the database layer is the layer that actually holds the data.
Okay.
Yeah, so FB60 is in the database layer, but before the information will come to the presentation layer, it will first hit the application layer for it to process it. Then it will display on your screen. So that's actually how the information flows in SAP, the architecture in SAP. So just to add, tell them that Nigerian consultants, all of them don't go. Myself, I go soon come out. We have issues with.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them are different.
Who is all of them?
Yeah, most of those, like two of my colleagues left early this year. Like they're leaving for better opportunities there.
Oh, where? In US, Canada, where?
One Canada, one in UK.
I heard lots of Nigerians are moving to Canada. Yeah.
Most of them are going to Europe now, because that's another area where the skills are really. Germany is always just a language issue, but there are a lot of opportunities in Germany.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
you will leave soon.
Yeah, I'll leave by next year. I'm not sure I'll be
here. Next year, okay.
Yeah, next year.
Okay, next year is far now. Okay.
Yes, that's the plan.
No worries. Okay.
Okay, so we have let's look at the first architecture, which is called the presentation servers. Okay, so it contains system capable of providing graphic interface. So you see now that SAP, which is the ARU3, is like when you process transaction in the application layer, which is like the brain, the presentation layer will display it on the user machine. So in the presentation layer, you have things like your Fiori app in S4HANA, you have your GUI, which is your easy access. You have also have where these things can also display in appliances like your laptops, your desktop. It's just what you see when you log into SAP. The first thing you see when you enter your username and password is the presentation layer. The next is the application servers, include specialized systems such as CPUs and a vast amount of RAM. So application basically is where the processing of information takes place. And most likely something like RAM. RAM is an application layer in your laptop that helps you process data. While your Windows 10 or Windows 8 is your database where the information are stored. So when the memory is your presentation layer, the storage area is your database servers. Layer, of course, most of the information that you do in SAP, they are stored in the database servers. So this is the diagram showing the 3 layers. You have your database layer. These are actually for the technical team, but just to brush you up so that you can understand these basics. You have the database, the servers, where every company has a server, or SAP also has a server. You have the application layer, more like the RAM in the CPU that processes those data. Then you have your presentation layer, which are your desktop screens. So that is actually how the system processes instructions in SAP. So the next is we need to understand the client structure. Which client are you running on in your dev?
Yeah, I think it's ECC 6.0.
Are you still logging in?
Yeah, I'm in my system. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before you entered your password, which client did you log in?
Oh, client. I don't know what that is. So let me see.
Okay, let me see if I can show you.
SAP says SAP course. I don't know.
Yeah, it's clients. I think. Sorry. But before you put your username and password, right? In your before you log in, if you look up, you will see something they call a client. If you close
okay,
that.
let me close out. Yeah, let me do that. Hopefully I remember my password. 1 second. So it says SAP course. Oh, client 810.
That is your client. Because when you get yourself in any observation, they will give you the client you have access to. Most of your dev development work, the client is just the area you have access to. It could be dev, it could be QA, it could be prod. So a client is a logical portion of the SAP RO3 physical database. From a business standpoint, a client can be interpreted as a local group of companies. So a client is like a group where all your company codes sit in. And the client, of course, is developed or configured by the ABAP team. So the ABAP team will give you the client that you have access to and that you can work in. That's the concept of a client. Let's go down to project lifecycle. I think this is one that's really important to us. Now, in this chapter, we'll understand the different phases of an SAP project lifecycle. An SAP project lifecycle consists of various stages, starting from the evaluation to the project subsequent, of course, from the day that a client contacts you to deploy SAP for them, the last phase. So a typical project lifecycle for ECC starts with project preparation.
Sorry, you said for ECC?
Yes. S4HANA has its own project lifecycle. Well, it looks like this, but they just changed the grammar. But basically, this is what it is. Like all the steps, all the preparations you need to go through. They are just series of steps that you take in order to that will lead to your successful completion of the project. Right? Just like you want to cook or pursue. There are different stages you go through before you finally present it. That's basically what the life cycle is all about. So in a typical project, it starts with the project preparation. So a client has contacted you, we want to do SAP. Normally there are a series of meetings back and forth. There is a business requirement gathering. They try to know the history of your company, what your company does, all that. All those processes of making sure that you can bring the client to understand the basis of SAP happen in those discussions happen in the project preparation phase. We can see that here. Evaluation, of course, this is where different software vendors come together to try to negotiate and try to choose. When the client tries to choose a vendor, it could be SAP, it could be Oracle software. So if they decide to choose FSP, the next process is project preparation. Since SAP implementation intends to map the organizational process to the ones defined by SAP, the organization is to have on board people knowledge of the original business process. So basically, it's about understanding the business and, of course, the project preparation phase, among other things, aims to identify the team of people who are going to actually implement that project, right? Are you there? Hello?
I'm here. I'm here.
So let's say Deloitte gets a contract from Pepsi to deploy SAP. What does Deloitte do? They start with the project preparation. They try to gather the team that will sit down first and understand the business. So when that has been achieved, the next phase is the blueprint, business blueprint. These things always come out in SAP interviews. Ask you previous phases.
Okay.
So in the business blueprint, it includes what modules of an SAP product. What modules of an SAP product will be used and the mapping of the existing structures, of course. So the existing modules.
Oh, I have something on that on my 10 for my training. Project prep, blueprint, realization, final prep, and go live.
Yeah, that's the stages that the project goes through in order for successful deployment. So now, but let me just speak to this phase, right? From project preparation to blueprint design to realization, this happens with SAP consultants, both functional and technical consultants that have implementation knowledge. So if you're not a consultant, you won't be in the first three stages.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not a consultant who understands end-to-end business process. Now, you can come in as a super user, you can come in at the testing phase where they try to test, like the phase we are in Deloitte now, we are the UAT, we're trying to test the implementations if the integrations between FICO to other modules is okay, if all the transaction codes are working well, if all the reports are both standard reports and customer reports. A lot of activities. Then after testing and everything is fine, we now go to the final preparation where you do trainings, you onboard users, you take them through the system. After that is done, we go to go live. Go live is where the users, that first day is actually very interesting. I had an experience lately. It was quite a time, but well, thank God it was successful. They're doing well now. And the next is sustain and support. So last four stages, you can have super users, but of course, it also requires a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge.
Please, who is the super user again?
People like you now.
The consultant.
Are you a consultant?
Is that not what I am? Sorry, sir. What am I?
Are you an SAP certified consultant?
Well, then what am I, please?
You're a super
I
user.
don't know what I am. I'm not a consultant.
No, you're not a consultant.
Oh, what do I need to be a consultant?
Like what you're doing now, you need to understand the end-to-end process. Configuration.
Oh, so I don't understand it.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Okay, so what am I? Sorry, I want to make sure I understand. So who is a super user again?
Is the person who interfaces between, is in the middle between the consultant and the end user.
Let me write that down. Interfaces is the interface between
the end users and the consultants.
The end user and, oh, there's a super user. Interesting. Yes. Oh, so basically, actually, I'm a consultant. AC, okay. I am. But actually I get, so let me see if I understand the concept of super user. So there is, for a couple of my clients, there's somebody who basically sends us the messages from they work with the clients. They send us the ticket problems. So when I give her a call, she's like, oh, please actually speak to the person directly. Like speak to the person who actually sent me the ticket. So that lady who is kind of in between, is she the super user?
Yes. You know, support are in levels. We have first tier support, second tier support, and third tier support. Now, what you're doing is between me and you. Now, between you and the client, you're a consultant. Between me and you, you're a super user.
Oh,
okay. So the thing is, you are a consultant to the company. Why? Because when those issues come up, what the super user does is to, he doesn't have the back end knowledge. The super user just understands the business process of the modules. Like, he understands the transactions, the source documents, the postings. But where there are technical issues like the one you've been bringing out since, the super user cannot handle them. So it takes it up to the second tier support, which is you.
Okay.
When you try to fix it and you can't fix it, you now bring it to me, which is like third tier support. If I can't fix it, I have to take it upper to maybe an expert. So you see, there are different cadre.
Okay.
How these informations go through. But the thing is, in SAP, you're not a consultant until you have gone through you understand what happens at the back. Like, you can do configurations end to end. You can comfortably train super users and end users. And you can understand blueprint documents, you can do requirements gathering, you can set up manuals, do UAT and all that. It's a whole lot. This one you're doing, you're still flexing, sure. But if you join companies, if you join these standard companies, they will expose you to a lot of this. So SAP is a whole lot of activity.
Okay.
Like what we're doing in Deloitte now is a whole lot. Like, I've not even slept. I have to develop manuals for FI, for the whole of the FI modules, and test them. I don't just write it. I have to do screenshots, put it step by step. Oh boy. So those are part of the things that you do. But the first things first is to understand, be able to, if you can start from scratch, create a company, do all the configurations, then do your financial statement and test it and it's working. Then you go and write the exam.
Okay. So basically being able to do all of the, you said, like, do the configurations end to end without any manual, right? Without looking at anything.
Yeah. You will learn.
Just basically from your
after your learn. Like me, I paid it was an Indian, although like you complained that training did not go half. That training did not go half. I had to now, because I already had software background, I had to now start doing a lot myself. I still reached out to reach out to senior consultants, but I learned the hard way. I didn't have people guiding me like this. The Indian guy will come, blah 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 blah. I mean, we'll meet. You understand? There's a particular way they talk, sir. If you want to ask them this thing, as in explain,
they don't. Yeah, not all of them go into detail. Some of them
they are not good teachers. They can do the job.
They are not, and they're impatient. Yes. And they can be impatient. Yeah.
You can do that. Anyone you see that takes his time like that, they know the job technically. They can do the job.
I think they do. Yes.
To transfer the knowledge.
It's hard. And that's the same complaint everybody has, even here too, about them. They seem to know the knowledge, to have the knowledge, but to go down into the depths with you, it's like they don't know how to.
They just feel you should be understanding it.
Exactly. Exactly. But to themselves, I heard that to themselves, they can go into the depth. So
I agree. I agree.
Themselves.
I agree. I agree. I believe they do that. That's why Indians will like Indians to train them.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
I'm listening to videos where they train Indians. They speak that language. The person will go back again. I don't know whether other people they just feel you're daft or something.
Everybody has that complaint about them, even at the workplace. Yes, but they seem to know. I mean, they, as far as IT, they are the
Yeah, of course. Like the project we're doing now in Deloitte, we have like 3 Indians that are major part of it. Nobody, they don't have time to come and be telling you anything. They don't have time to be telling you anything. Just go and do the thing. Well, so, but that starts, right? So after the final preparation, then we go live and we start supporting the guys. So I think this is just how to log into SAP. You can see your clients there. 130 is my client. And you have the username and passwords. You have the home page. What else? So by now you should have you know the interface, but there are small areas, navigation areas you also need to play around with. There are different ways to log out of the system. You can go to system and log off. You can use the transaction code slash NEX to log off. So can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is the different in your GUI, which is when you log in, this is the page you see, which is your easy access screen. We have like 5 or 6 different tabs or bars. The menu bar where you have your various options, extra, system, favorites. You have your standard bar, very important bar, where you run your transaction codes, you can create new screens, design your interface. You have the title bar, it tells you where you are at every point. You have the application toolbar, it has basically your internal emailing system in SAP. You have the command bar where you enter your transaction codes and have your status bar. Basically, these are very important. It's just a second. Okay, so sorry, I had to just drop the call. Okay. So I'll send you this manual. You can go through them, right? Are you there?
I'm here. I can hear you. Yeah.
So I'll send you this stuff, this presentation. You can go through it from time to time. So we are going to start the class today. These are just different areas. These are talking about the ABAP program, programming languages. I think I've sent you this. So it's fine.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes, I think I've sent you. So let's log into SAP and start. Before we start, okay.
So let me ask you about this. How do you pronounce it? ABAP or ABAP, whatever. ABAP. Okay. So is it they get paid more, right?
Yeah, like I believe so.
You believe so? Okay. So is it just I mean, they have to understand the way SAP. So it's basically SAP, but it's the programming language of SAP.
Yes. They write programs to help the system run.
To help the system. Okay. So basically, is it just, do you know much about it in terms of like if you want to become an ABAPA? Okay. Okay.
The one I know, I never finish. They don't know functional things, so I don't know.
Oh, they don't.
They
okay.
Don't. Their own is to design the system and make it work for you to now use. Okay. Can you see my SAP screen?
No.
Okay, just a second. Okay, you're only seeing the PDF. Okay. Just a minute. Just a second. I want to get something. Yes. Banana. Just a second. I'm coming. You can see my SAP screen, right?
Yeah.
Second. Okay, so we're going to start. Let me share something. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So to understand the configuration, we're going to start by looking at the org structure in FI. So it actually starts from the client, which we have talked about. And there are also very important informations that are very necessary to that are fixed to the client. However, things like chart of depreciation, chart of accounts, credit control area, these are organizational objects that feed into the company goals. So we're going to start by setting up our org structure in SAP. Go through those steps and see how the system. So what we want to do now is to do end-to-end configuration in SAP. And that company, as I'm doing, you're supposed to be doing from your own end, right? So these videos will be very important. And I'll try and send them as early as I can. So can you hear me?
Yes, I can
When
hear
I
you.
start, you just follow me and start doing yours. This one you're doing in a class is your class company. After the class one, you will still create another one that will be the one you use for yourself.
Okay.
So if you can do the class one and go back and do the other one, by the time you do two of them side by side, then you should have had a good grasp of the end-to-end process, both the one you learned and the other one. Or you wait, use only the one we have for the class, use that to practice. Then when you're done, try your hands on something. Okay, so let's start. To start your configuration, everything starts at the end. So your first transaction code as a consultant is SPRO. If you don't have SPRO, if in case you don't remember that transaction code, in your easy access, you can go to the SAP menu, go to, I think it's tools, customizing.
I can't see your.
No, you can't see my. Oh, sorry. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, if you don't know, if you don't know where the SPRO code is coming from, or you don't remember, you can go through the menu path in the easy access. Go to information, go to tools. Go to tools. In tools.
Are you saying, sorry, are you saying if I don't remember SPRO?
Yes.
Oh,
or just, I mean, for knowledge sake, if they ask where the SPRO is coming from, you can find your way. Go to tools, go to customizing, go to IMG, and see the SPRO transaction code, basically.
Hold on. I don't have that. So it's tools, customizing, IMG. Under IMG, I have execute project.
Yeah, that
project
okay. Your
right,
transaction codes are not coming out.
No, it just has execute.
Just the execute. Now that's another thing you will learn. Now, how do I bring out my codes so that they will be showing side by side with my descriptions? Go up to extra. Extra is in your menu bar. And IMG means, please, IMG means implementation guide.
IMG means implementation guide?
Yes.
IMG. What does the M and the G stand for?
M is implementation, G is guide.
Got it. Okay.
Go to extra, go to technical details. No, settings rather. Sorry. Go to extra, go to settings. Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Tick this box, display technical names.
Oh my goodness. Okay, technical names.
Then say okay. Go back and go through the tools, customizing, IMG. You should be able to see the SPRO.
Customizing, IMG. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, so whenever, if you get a new system and your codes are not there, you can bring them out.
Okay.
Bring them out yourself. So the next thing is, you can double click on it from here. To take you to the customizing screen. Then click the SAP reference IMG page tab.
Okay.
should be in now, right?
Yeah.
If you're not, if you
One second, please.
Draw me back, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to set up my other screen, so it's easier for me. 1 second. Let me see if I can move this one over there. Oh, I lost the button. Okay, 1 second. No, is everything okay? Okay, so
You're here, right?
I'm trying to find the Zoom. 1 second. Open this up. Yes, so I'm in the display IMG. Yes.
Okay, go to Enterprise. Like we said, we're starting with the Enterprise structure to build our system. Have we done that?
I'm in Enterprise, yeah, Enterprise Structure, yes.
And you have 3 options here, right? The first we're going to work with is definition.
Yes.
So click on definition. The next is we are concentrating on the FI side. So you select financial accounting. Okay, so immediately after doing this, the next thing you do is to define company, right? Please give me the feedback. Let me know you're there.
Yes, I'm here. Don't worry, I'm here.
Define company.
1 second. I'm having a little bit of a challenge here. 1 second. Okay, so define company. Click on that. Yeah.
So in the structure, like I said, under your client, you have to have company codes, right? The company codes will be tied to your company. Now you can see other companies there, right?
Yeah.
Now there is something we do when we do configurations. There are some fields in SAP you will need to copy. There are some fields you need to create, right?
Yeah.
So I will let you know the ones that you need to copy and the ones you need to create, because SAP has given us sample companies, even in implementation real life. They don't start from scratch. They can build a system from an existing company here so that the system will pick that structure. But they'll have to provide all the information themselves. Some of the information we might not need to start from scratch. We can copy settings from an existing company. However, for this purpose, we are going to be creating a new one. So click on new entries. Your company name in 4 letters. So I'll be using, please, you will use the one I'm using so we can have the same company. In your own space, you can do your own, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can use PHED. That's something we can remember.
Okay, you said PHED?
Yes.
Okay.
Our company code or the abbreviation of our company is PHED. The company name is Plant House Electronic development company. Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so I will just be, since we have this on video, let me just be moving. You can watch the video later and just do yours because we'll be very
yeah.
slow.
I'm gonna follow you. Just go ahead.
Okay. So for the street, I can have Lagos, not much details. Because we have a lot. Journey is far. I don't need city, Lagos. Is for the sake of the information we're going to use, our country is going to be US. Just pardon me. The key is going to be English, EN, language key, currency USD.
Okay.
So instead of Lagos, we can say LA. Well, it sounds like something that is in the US. So I'm done. I'll click on enter. And enter means for the system to just validate and check. Then you have save just at the top of your screen. Click on save. Now it's going to create a customizing request. This
customizing request, is it the same as a transport request?
Yes, exactly. So you're beginning to learn what the transport is all about. The essence of this is when you want to transport all the information we're going to put in this company from, remember where we're in now is the development server. We're doing development, just take notes. So if you want to transport from this development to QA, you will need this customizing request, this request number. Remember we talked about it last time.
Okay.
But let me create a new request. This is for an existing company. So I'll click on this create sign to create my own request. Click on create so that it will change that number now. So my request is PHED training. Then I'll save. You see the client line, the source client is 800. Then I'll save this. The user is my name. The source client is 800. Remember when we're doing transport, it asks for the source client. I'm going to click on save.
Save.
Let it will change that request number. You see, it has changed it. Dev K900341.
I don't have dev on mine. I have IDEK9.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So how does the system determine what I guess what alphanumeric codes to put in there?
I don't know. That's a technical.
Like the DVK, and mine is IDEK. Where does that come from?
It's the modules we're using. We're not using the same module now. We're not using the same SAP versions. Okay. But that is coming from the ABAP side.
Okay.
It's not beyond our system. So click on OK. Like I told you, the ABAP team is responsible for giving you your clients.
Data was saved.
Yes, saved. Then go back. So we have done the first tax. If you go back, you will see your company there. Then go back. We have started this tax by first defining our company.
Okay.
The next thing we're going to do is to define the credit control area for this our company. Credit control basically has to do with how you manage customers' debt, vendors' debt. So click on define credit control area. It's not all the fields that are necessary. But if you want to have customization that will manage your credits, you can use your credit control. Click on new entry. Let's copy.
Copy.
Yes, please go back.
Do I have to copy from? I don't know.
Yes, just tick on the side of the the thing you want to copy. Just click on the box by the side to highlight it. Then click this copy sign. Copy app.
Okay.
It will pick the basic information. Remove the credit control area. Call it PHED. Change the currency to USD. The update is fine. I'm good with every other information. I'll click on enter.
One second, please. 1 second. 1 second. So
no, we can't do this. See, if we go, see, we're recording this, right?
No, I need to follow you. Go ahead. Don't worry. I'm following you. Go ahead. So you have, and then what? You save?
Enter first to validate. It will go in. You can change the description to credit control area for PHED. Click on enter again, then you save. Why I'm saying this is that you have the video, so it's more like seeing you do it over and over again. You're going to be fine. If the video is there, you just have to play it and follow it step by step. So click on save. It will take you to the customizing request. Then you say okay. We can be changing this customizing request for every function we do, or we can just be putting it inside there. For me, it's fine. Okay.
But in real life, can you have the same? Can you use the same request for all of your, like you're doing right now?
It depends. It just depends. It depends. You can use it. You can change it. You can use it.
So you can have one transfer request for many changes.
Inside this request, you will see the breakdowns.
Oh, okay.
If you want to be creating it one after the other, which I think is not even okay. We have a lot to do, so it's going to be a long stretch.
Data was saved.
Okay. Data is saved. Then you go back. We have defined the credit control area. The next step is to check the company code, because in SAP you assign the company code to the company. So the company code basically is where the reporting data, both the internal and external reporting takes place. Click on execute. Let's define our company code. We don't have a code yet, so we have to copy. Click on copy, delete, and check company code. Now there's a sign here we call copy. Click on copy. Copy object, relational object. It's going to take time depending on the speed of your system. It's going to take time to try to load more.
From company code to company code. So what's the from company code? What are we putting in there?
That?
You have a box that says from company code to company code. So what's the from?
I'm not there yet now.
Okay.
We need to copy settings because we can't start doing it from scratch. Standard, we need to copy most of those settings from the existing company code.
So did you say you need to go by 4?
4:30 is my time.
4:30, okay.
taking a whole lot. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Hello?
Yes, I'm
It's
here.
like it's stuck at 70. Your system is stuck at 17%.
It
It's not
will
even
move.
moving.
It will move.
It's going to move.
It's turning
Okay.
around. It will move. He's an old boy. So many
Oh,
things.
look at that. Okay. So from company code.
So from company code now, we are going to pick a standard company code in SAP. Click the drop down. I think we're going to pick a company code that is US based so that it could copy most of the US structures.
Oh, we're copying. We're not doing it from scratch.
So we are copying.
Do I have any I can copy from? Let me see.
Remember, anything created happens at their backside. Ours is to copy. Can't create objects. Okay, so I'm going to pick, anything that has IDS, it's from SAP.
IDES?
IDS is SAP standard.
Oh, so it has to be.
That's why yours has IDS. It means that that is from SAP standard.
Okay. IDS.
So I'm going to use IDS means Internet Demonstration and Evaluation System, and it's only found in ECC.
So I don't have IDS for US. You have US. I don't. I have.
What do you have?
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is UK. Good. Okay. You don't have any currency in USD.
Oh, I have none in USD.
Eh?
None in USD. GBP and some other ones like that.
And what?
Oh, they have GBP. They have IDS, GBP.
Okay, let's use. You don't have euro.
No.
The GBP should be.
Is there a way to search by the company?
Just scroll down. Is it that much? Not that much now.
I have a lot on my system. It's a lot.
You don't have anyone that has to do with USD or euro.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
Let's keep going down now.
AFGHI IDES. Yeah, no, I don't. UK. Okay, so there's one I created during my training. Maybe I'll just use that. Okay.
Okay, please. You can select anyone for that matter anyway. You can select the standard, the IDES that is meant for I'll just do US. You can do Euro or GBP. So I'm going to select 006 IDS US. This has new GL, new GL. System is telling me that. Let me wait for it more. So I'll just double click on. I'm using. Should I use Euro? Okay, let me continue with the US. 006 or 001. Let me use Euro, right? You use GBP. Are you there?
I'm here. So you say use GBP.
You can use Euro. You can use GBP if you don't have USD.
IDS UK. Okay, so GBP.
Yes,
okay.
use that one. Use that one. I'll use IDS US. Let's use this. Or I'm thinking Frankfurt 1000.
Frankfurt. Should I use Frankfurt?
Use Frankfurt.
Let me see if
1000.
I think I saw it.
IDS AG.
Yes, I have that 1000.
So double click on it.
And then PHED, right?
Yes, then company code PHED.
Is that company code, is it case sensitive?
No.
Okay.
Then you say okay.
Okay. Only copy the GL account if you want to allocate the same company.
Yes, copy the GL accounts.
Do you want to copy GL account? Yes.
You want to allocate a different currency? No.
No. Certain data was not copied.
It's fine. Oh. Say okay.
Okay. There are inconsistencies in ledger.
Yes, we create our own. Say okay.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of. In this function, but the number change, interval, and the address are linked.
Transport number ranges, and you see now this is doing a transport. It's moving everything in 1000 to our PHED. So say okay.
Do you really want to transport number ranges?
Yes.
Okay. PHED. Your transport number. Transport request. Oh, what is the difference between somebody sent me a message yesterday and used a language I didn't understand. He said we release and move our own transport request. What does that mean, to release and move?
What?
He said to release, you know, that transport request that he sent to me, right?
Yes.
That you were saying is about, yeah. Apparently, I'm going to have to still do that. But so I told the person that usually I'm used to the basis team handling that.
Yeah.
He now said, he said in our company, because it's a small company, so our functions overlap, right? He said we release and move our own transport requests. And I was wondering, release and move, what does that mean?
I'm not hearing you clearly. Your voice is going up and down.
Okay.
You said the transport has been released?
No. He said we release, did you hear that? We release and move our own transport request. What does that mean, to release and move your transport
That means
request?
you have done it now.
No. He's saying that that's what we do in the company.
Okay, they release. Okay, they release and move.
Yes, so I was wondering, I thought it was just moving. What is release now?
Release is authorization to do it now. When you to release something, you know, when if you don't release it, it won't go.
So how do you release it?
That's why they tell you that's what they do now. See, release is just a functionality that the basis team do. So it's their work to release and move.
Well, they don't have a basis team. That's why he told me that I have to, because he said we the consultants, we release and move our transfer request. So
you're supposed to release it and move it yourself.
Yes.
So do it yourself. Since you guys don't have
you're not understanding my question. I'm asking you, what does release, when they say release and move, what does it mean? Does it mean basically just when you create a transport, you move it? Is that the same thing?
is to do the work, is to perform the transport. It's just it. We are just using SAP terms. Release means to carry out the assignment. Move means to move the transport. It's just telling you that you're the one responsible to do the transport.
Okay.
So the other ones are terminologies. So you guys don't have a basis, so a basis person.
They don't.
You don't also have an ABAP person there.
They have an ABAP person, but she doesn't do transfer requests.
So
she does her own work. So each of the consultants, they do their own.
So who will now do transport requests? Who will now?
I'm the one who has to do it. So they send me, I told you now, they send me a 25-page process on how to release, how to do it. So I'm gonna have to.
Wow.
That's my sister told me to find a proper job now, but that's small.
Read them, they do and read the 25 page, learn how to transport.
Okay.
Also add to your knowledge. It's not so bad.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm at that. So release the transport request.
Yes.
So click OK. Okay. 1090. Portion.
Sorry, my one is a little bit slow. So what it's trying to do is to copy all the tables, copy the ABAP programs from that transaction 1000 to your own company. But I'm going to have a problem because we have put US as a country. So we need to go back to the company and change it, right?
Okay.
So say, okay, if not, there will be a clash.
Okay. In the target system, all intervals of the selected number range object are deleted first. Do you want to transport the intervals?
Yes.
So what internet are you using?
MTN.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of portion on my end.
So have you gotten to this side? Completed?
No. Company code copied to PHED.
Yes.
Yeah.
So completed, company code copied to user. Okay. Now we are successfully copied. You can go back.
Copy, delete, check company code.
Go to edit company code data. So click on that.
Double click.
So go to position.
PHED.
Search for your company. Click on enter. Double click on it. Change the company name. What was our company name, sir?
Oh, it was planned
something.
Write
it down. No. Please write all these things down. I beg you.
Okay.
Even the company code we copied from, the company code, because there are a lot of information we'll be adding. All these variants, you have to be writing those things down, because in the next class I'll ask you. I'm not putting anything down. Plant what?
Okay. Sir? Oh, I don't know. Plant something. No.
Please, please get a piece of paper and write.
That's not the name. That name is not the name that you have.
So where's the name now? You don't know. So I'll put anything I have now. What do you want me to do? So please be writing the information.
But hold on. Can you search? Can you
I will
search
search, but I
what
have
we
to put
created?
this one first.
Okay.
I have to come back
All
to
right.
please write.
Okay. Elect dev. Okay.
So now there's this icon here that says address. To put the address of this company code.
Is it Frankfurt? You're using Frankfurt DE, or are you changing that?
No, I'm not changing this. I'm not
Okay.
changing that. We'll go back and change the other ones.
All right, address.
So all this address is fine by me. I need to remove this postal code. Region, ideas. So the company, I have to change it. Plant, holding, electronic. Company. All these things. And I'll leave the street, the postal, this one. The country code is DE. Please write. The country code is DE. Germany. Right.
The company code is what?
Country
So
code.
the country code
DE.
DE. Okay.
The currency EUR, euro. All this information I'll be asking you. We have a lot of questions.
But the EUR, why are we using EUR? We use USD in the setup now, the first setup.
That's what I'm telling you now. We'll go back and change it.
Okay, so you're going to make it EUR or what?
Yes.
Postal code of the...
Postal code should be, I think, 6 digits number. Okay, 5 digits. Use the last 5 characters and field name 14040 restricted. That's why I don't like this guy. Field name 1. Okay, so our city is Frankfurt, the country is DE, currency euro, language English. EN. Click on enter. Save.
Company code currency was changed. Why are we using euro? Is that what you want to use, or USD?
See, we copied this thing from Germany, right?
Yes.
The currency Germany uses is euro.
Yeah, but are we maintaining that? Is that what we want to use, or
Yes,
we want to use
that
USD?
is what it means. We are using euro.
We're using euro. Okay. Okay.
What we copied.
It said company code currency was changed. Okay.
Who changed it? Did you that changed it? My own.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Go back and okay. So we have been able to edit company. However, we need to go to the company code. We need to go to the company and change that USD. I'm going to close this. Go back to define company.
Hold on. You're going too fast. So company code currency was changed.
We have a video. If I remove like this, we'll finish it in 1 year.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. It's okay.
We have a video so that you can, when you're done, you can just go through. But
okay.
I want to go back to the company and change that currency. We said USD and change it back to euro.
Okay.
So go to define company where we did it. Search for PHED. So it's plant house actually. So double click on it. The street, we'll change it to Frankfurt, whatever it is. F arrow, X country, DE. currency, EUR. Click on enter to validate this new information and save it. So I've gone back to the company where we did USD and all that. I have to change it back to carry the information that we selected when we copied from company code 1000. They have to, the company code currency and the company currency have to be the same. So you're going to have errors. So remember, this is company code. We have to make sure that the two currencies are the same. Okay, the next thing before we round up, we have a few minutes. We're going to define the business area. Now, what is business area basically? Is an object in SAP that does internal reporting. So let's say, for example, in a company, you can have sales as a business area. You can have production. You can have maintenance. You can have a distribution. So the business area actually generates its own revenue and generates its own expense, but the reporting is done internally. We can create our own business area, click on new entries. The business area is sales or customer care. You can say PHED, customer care. You can say PHED, customer care. Click on enter and save. So we have been able to create, you can create as many business areas you deem necessary. So please write in your notes, our business area is PHCC. Please note it somewhere. Our business area is PHCC. We can also define a functional area that is used for reporting. So let's define a functional area. I say new entries. Our functional area is PHED. Functional area. Please write in your notes our functional. Are you there?
I'm here. Don't worry, I'm here.
Please write in your notes our functional area is PHED. Click on enter, save. The next we're going to do is consolidated business area. So this will help us consolidate different business area into one business area for reporting purposes. If we have more than one business area, you can go maintain consolidation business area. Our business area is PHCC, so we maintain that. PHED. Please write in your notes our consolidated business area is PHCC. I think these are the major. We can define a segment. Segment is also used for reporting purposes. In a company, you can have different segments. You can have sales as a segment. You can have same thing as business area. Segments is just used for reporting to do your internal reporting effectively. So you can structure your organization such that reporting happens at segment level or departmental level. You can say new, so have sales, PHED, PH sales, segments, have PH service, PHED service segments. Then click on enter. Please, can you write these two areas as a segment for me?
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
PH sales and PH serve. These are two segments we have. I'm going to save this. Okay. So for profit center, we're going to do the configuration for profit center in when we talk about CO. We won't be able to do it as finance because profit center is a functionality in CO. So we are going to end here for today. For today, we have been able to look at set up the enterprise structure for finance. We have learned how to create or define a company, how to define our credit control area. We've also learned how to copy company code from one company code to another. Learned how to define our business area and functional area. We have done consolidated business area and we have defined segments. All these are called objects, enterprise objects. That's it. During configuration in SAP real life, all these objects have to be defined according to the business blueprint. The blueprint carries all the requirements, business requirements of the business. The blueprint will define if they have a business area, if they have a segment, if they have this, if they have that. If they don't have, you don't need to configure them. You don't need to create them. But if they have, then it will become necessary for you to define them in your SAP system. So your configuration as a consultant happens according to the business blueprint. You get that?
Please say that again.
I said your configuration as a consultant in SAP, your FA is like your FA. Your configuration in SAP happens according to your business blueprint.
Okay.
The business blueprint carries all the configuration, all the business information that you need to do your configuration. Like, will they have, when you're doing your discussions or when you're documenting your blueprint, you will see there whether they have business area, whether they have segments. If they don't have, the consultant is not going to create them. If the business blueprint has, then the configuration has to be done according to the business blueprint. It's like your guide. Okay, so we're going to end here for today. And if you can, after the class, just go through the video. You need to take this set of videos seriously because you will need to go through them to do your own company. I'm not talking about the one that you use where you follow me when I'm doing in class, because you might not, we might not be going small like that. We won't finish this class. So the essence of recording is for you to be able to do your own work, your own self. So I will make sure that these videos come early. I'm going to convert them and send them to you so that you can take it step by step. Pause it, go back, pause it, play it, do anything you want to do with it. But that's the way you're going to, that's the way we are going to be running the class. We would make sure the videos is on, follow through. You might not be clicking and following me one step by step, but just follow the class. Ask questions. When I'm done, I'll send you the video. Then you calm down and just follow it step by step. Take your time. So thank you very much. We're going to end here for today.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we'll communicate and then next.